Yes, sir. We got the football, man. We about to run some routes. If I went to Ohio State, I'd probably be receiver number 1. Watch this route.
What's up? Welcome to another episode of the Plus Minus Podcast. I am Clock. I'm here with Nick. Shout out to everybody that tuned in to episode 3 with Devontae Friga.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to him for pulling up and everything. We got our most views, most interaction out of all 3 episodes so far.
Which was dope.
Shout out to everybody that tuned in.
Yes, sir.
Today we have a very special announcement, but Nick, we're in a different setting here today for episode 4.
Yes, sir, man. We had a different setting, man. We're at the Ohio State University. Super blessed to be here, man. It's kind of crazy. You know, we traveled 2 hours to get here. We're already traveling, man. And
yeah, what's crazy is we started this we were looking at it not even a month ago, and we already hit the road for it. Already burned some rubber.
Shout out to the gang. Shout out to the gang for sure.
Shout out to everybody showing love. Everybody trying to be involved.
Super dope episode. And Clock, I know we have a big announcement to make.
We do.
I know we got our first official sponsorship of the podcast. I'll let Clock go ahead and tell a little bit about it.
Yes, we're very, very excited here. Very excited. Very first sponsorship of the Plus Minus Podcast. He is here in the building outside with us here today at Ohio State. Shout out to Riot Mentality. We got Mario, CEO of the company.
Yes, sir.
Riot. So it is a fitness brand, health, nutrition, all that good stuff. He recently released a brand new pre-workout. He designed formula, everything. It was like a 6 to 8 month process. We got it right here on the table here. We got sherbet flavor and blue raz.
Can't wait
I already
to try
tried it. It gets me fucking juice, fucking going. You feel me? But yeah, shout out to him.
Does.
Very first sponsorship, Nick. You're gonna try that shit out, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it out. I mean, I use pre-workout all the time, and you know, I'm always about supporting local, and local is
local
what we're gonna
Cleveland
support.
brand.
You know what I mean? So I'm very excited, man, and you know, I want to help this guy grow, man. He's got a big passion on what he's doing, and he wants to help a lot of people. And you know, I seen the ingredients, and the ingredients is pretty good. So I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, when we thought of sponsorships to go into, he was one of the first ones I hit up. Very good friend of mine, Mario. But yeah, very excited for that. But we're gonna bring in these 2 very special guests at The Ohio State University.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, we got 2 special guests on the podcast. First guest I want to bring on and just, you know, announce, man, Mike Porrini. You know, without you, this wouldn't have happened, man. And, you know, I love making connections with people, and you're a great guy. So I just want you to say who you are, and we'll go on to Braxton next.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, brother. Honored to be here today. Michael Porrini, grew up in Northeast Ohio, and between 330. I say 330 for the most part, but born and raised in Massillon, Canton, Ohio.
Okay.
Graduate of Kent State University, and now residing here in Columbus, Ohio.
For sure. Mike, again, thank you for putting this all together. It wouldn't be happening again without you.
Yes, sir, Mike.
I want to announce Braxton Miller is here with us here today. Obviously, everyone watching this was very excited when we put it on Instagram and everything that we were coming here today.
Yes, sir.
Braxton, thanks for coming on. One of the most decorated Ohio-born athletes of our generation, man. It's an honor to be here with you. Thanks for coming on, man.
Much love, man.
Appreciate
I'm glad
you,
to be here, be out here with the kids, and it's a perfect day to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect day, man. Just tell the audience about like where you're from, man, because a lot of people don't really know you're from Ohio, man.
Yeah, so I'm about like an hour away, Springfield, Ohio, 937, born and raised.
Okay.
Always been a Buckeye fan since I was young, watching Eddie George and, you know, my guy Troy, Ted, and all those boys. And it's a privilege, you know, to be here today, living out my dream, being able to provide the opportunities for the kids to be great and reach their goals and their dreams and be successful in life. So, yeah, man, I grew up in Springfield all my life. Then I transferred my 8th grade year into Heber Heights. That's probably like 15 minutes away.
Okay. Is that a private school?
It's more like it's like in between Dayton and Springfield.
Okay.
So it's like a suburban area a little bit.
Is it a private school?
Nah,
public?
Public.
Okay.
Public.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what's up. That's up.
Yep.
Now, as you see, like in the background here, there's a camp that's going to be happening here today, football camp. You guys put together. You guys are very involved with the community, very involved with kids and youth sports. Now, a lot of athletes, I always cherished athletes once they got done playing to stay in the community. I think that's very important for younger kids to look up to and stuff like that. So for both of you guys, like, what inspires you to want to stay active in the community, one, and to help kids out too?
One reason for me is because growing up in Springfield, that's a small town.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's not too many people that I can look up to that provided camps and the expertise to be, you know, in the same dimension as, you know, LeBron James, Michael Jordans of the world and stuff like that. So I always had a dream. If I was able to provide that and get to the highest level possible in sports and education, I was always going to come back and create something that's going to be substantial and longevity for the kids in a community that I grew up in. And this is one of those kids that really grew up and had great vision and big dreams, but really didn't have nobody to show me the ropes.
Right.
So I wanted to be that person in the same sense where if I'm in their shoes, who they gonna look up to?
When did you figure
awesome.
that out? Like, when did you know, like, dang, like, I really do not have, anybody that I looked up to, so I want to make sure that I'm that person, that I'm that I'm there for someone else.
I'd say when the only person I really have is my dad and my brother.
Right.
And the friends in the neighborhood.
Right.
So, like,
No big bros in the neighborhood? No, like, man,
I mean,
big
they
bro
took
that's,
care of me.
that was in the, at the park with you, giving you the ball when you were little?
Yeah,
No one
there's
like
a lot
that?
of there's a lot of those for sure.
Yeah, for sure,
A lot of those
for sure.
guys that kept me out of trouble, kept me
For
on the
sure.
right path because they seen something special in me.
For sure. Can we think of
Yeah.
anybody, that we could shout out for the camera? Big OG, somebody?
Top of my head, my dad and my brother.
Daddy, brother?
Most importantly, they're the ones
Respect, yeah,
that took
respect.
me to the path where I'm at today. And, being able to take that into consideration and
It's awesome.
Yeah.
inside the family, that's very
Good.
important.
Yeah, yeah.
How about you, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How did you get involved with first? How did you get involved with Braxton, with everything, and then what inspired you to get involved with the kids and stuff?
Well, me and Brax had mutual ties prior to our friendship and us coming together. Those mutual ties allowed for us to connect on a different level. So recently we've became partners, and things have been going really, really good since
Okay.
then. So we have similar mindsets. We're like-minded people. He's from Springfield, and I'm northeast in Canton, Ohio. But similar upbringings.
Right,
So same type thing. Growing up, my mother is single mother of 3. So to be able to do things like this, camps, and be able to go to those, it was very, very difficult. Right. As a kid, I seen that, So me seeing that as a kid, one of the things over my career, I always wanted to give back. I wanted to make it to where it's not about money.
Right.
It's about opportunity, and he has the same type vision, with his brand Charging. And we'll let him talk about that a little bit more in the depth
for sure.
on how it started and originated and the mindset behind it. But it's all like-minded and similar
For sure.
situations that we as young athletes, you want to give back. You're taught over time, if you learn something, you try and give it back as opposed to keep it for
Exactly.
yourself.
For
Elevate
sure.
the youth, give them a wave to be able to ride on their own. So once
sure.
we connected and seen each other and each other's passions and visions, and we were on the same thing and it aligned, now we're in a situation where we're able to be here on a beautiful Sunday and
Sure.
make those dreams come true
Yeah,
for those
bless you.
kids.
Awesome.
That's what-
Much respect.
Did,
Now I know you guys.
Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, did you was there like a time frame you knew, like growing up, like, yeah, I'm gonna do this when I'm done, playing pro basketball. I'm gonna give back when I'm doing pro basketball. Like, did you get involved while training, to become a basketball player? Because I don't know if we announced, but you went to Kent State. You were a pro, but where at though?
So I played in Greece, played
Okay.
in Turkey, Hungary, Romania.
Okay. You went undrafted, correct?
I went undrafted. 2016, I was drafted by Oklahoma City for the NBA G League.
Okay. Tough.
So I had a little stint there, and then after that, I was injured. So, I knew early that this was going to be my vision, but it
Yeah.
didn't just happen this way.
Right.
I've been a leader my entire life. I'm the oldest of 11.
Wow, okay.
So
It's a lot of
Wow,
sin.
11.
it's a
That's-
lot that
Yeah.
I had to deal with, over my life that put me in this situation to want to give back, And then it wasn't an option for me. That's just who I am. If I'm
No,
able
for
to
sure.
do something, then we're gonna, find a way to make it successful. So
Yeah.
part
That's
of that
good,
is
man.
the kids.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's
That's
good.
awesome. Much respect there. Now I know you guys mentioned with us earlier. You guys both have a huge announcement with Charging, and we'll get into that momentarily. I want Braxton describe for people that aren't hip or anything like that. Charging, the brand. I was
Yeah.
looking up it. I was looking at the website, all your posts and stuff like that. It's awesome what you guys are doing, like I said, with the community.
Yeah,
But go ahead and
absolutely.
describe it for everyone.
So I came upon this name, man, when I was in the process of not even playing football again. I was after my second surgery. Of course, the surgery situation had switched me to receiver,
Right.
all that concept stuff. So I took a couple business courses to put me in the realm of thinking high level and after football, you know,
Right.
after sports. So I wanted something similar to the Nike brand. You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
something that's longevity that I can pass on to my kid, his kids, and stuff like that. That's going to be cherished for a long time to the youth. So I was
love
just
the
thinking
name.
one day.
I love the
was
name,
just
I ain't
thinking
gonna
one
lie.
day, man. You know what I mean? I was just like, you know what? I don't know what came upon me thinking about charging the lime green, the black, actually the logo, the boat. So it was just like I had a lot of downtime. You know, that's when they say a lot of downtime. That's where your most moments is very thoughtful. You know what I'm saying? So I took my time on it, and I wanted to do sports. I wanted to do STEM. I wanted to do schools. I wanted to have a foundation that incorporate everything, you know, in sports aspects.
Right.
So I built that like 9 years ago. Got the LOC, got everything organized with the lawyer, make sure everything was patent and good to go from there. So I created that, man. Then the first time I did my camp, it was sold out, 300 kids. So after that, I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing for a long time.
Right.
And so it took time to build it over time. You know, I took it slowly, which I'm doing still to this day.
For sure.
We got football, basketball, we got STEM. Now we about to branch off into do soccer.
For sure.
Wow.
All sports, man. You got to be a
all
complete
sports.
athlete.
You know what I'm
right?
saying? Yeah, got to do it all. I love sports.
Yeah.
So I created that, man, and
So you created that, you said 2012? No. What was that you just said?
14, 13.
14?
Yeah.
Said
You
9
said
years,
during the
right?
surgery, right?
Yeah.
So like during
Yeah.
the surgery, how was your mental while that was happening? You know what I mean? Like where was your mental state? So just explain to the audience that like sometimes when you are going through stuff like your surgery, trying to get back to it, if you keep your mind straight, something else can happen as well. So something great can happen. So talk about where your mental was.
So I got a lot of great people around me.
Okay.
You know, I don't really open up to a lot of people,
Yeah.
which my core is super tight. And, you know, people that I've been surrounded by since I was young brought me to this point in life to this day. So my mental been good. You know, I had my son at the time. I had my family around me.
How old were you at that time?
18.
18?
18, yeah.
Wow. So you were a young dad.
Super
Young dad. Or
starting quarterback, a dad, practice, film,
wow.
school.
Wow.
You know, I had a lot on my plate, but I had a great team around me to make sure I was on the right path.
Word.
what
So you had a
matters.
great
That's what
team
matters.
around you while you
Yeah.
were young and
Yeah,
kind of vulnerable right at the time. You probably don't know what to think. About to be a dad. Is my
Yeah,
career
yeah.
over? So
Yeah.
I'm sure there was a bunch of things going through your head.
oh yeah, that's
But
most
having a good
important.
thing is great.
Most
Yeah,
importantly
team.
is you gotta have people that's around you for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Love you for who you are outside of what you built,
Yeah.
legacy wise.
For sure.
So that's the most important key of, you know, the mental part.
Yeah.
People around you.
Because like the mental area and the topic is big nowadays. Everybody is talking about mental health.
For sure.
And
yeah.
Back in the day, we weren't allowed to be, sad,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm 28. I think you're 30 years old now.
30.
30, right?
Yeah.
So we're the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
age, man. So at the end of the
Yeah.
day, I was still growing up with no phones,
Yeah.
no internet, and it was like
Yeah.
it wasn't cool to talk about your feelings. So like now that we have so many resources,
Yeah.
to talk about our feelings, I feel like it really helps a lot of people.
For sure.
And people
Yeah.
seeing,
For sure.
people like you opening up and how feelings do
Yeah.
matter, and like just talking about your feelings and going
yeah.
through it and having the right people to don't push yourself away from other people when you're going through things. It's more the fact that see who's there for you, because that's more of a blessing than anything.
Mhm.
Yep.
No question, for
Yeah.
sure.
Good way to put it, 100%.
Yeah.
So, Mike, go into how'd you get involved with the charging now? So you were playing overseas and everything. I know you were a GM of TBT, the basketball. So talk about the joining into charging.
Like sports connection.
I talk about we'll take it back a little bit after my playing career and how everything progressed from there.
Okay, yeah.
After playing, I was still playing when I got involved in TBT, the basketball tournament, the $2 million basketball tournament on ESPN. It actually kicks off this next week.
Next week, yeah, it is.
They
Yeah.
got sites in Dayton, as well as Cincinnati. So anybody that's listening to this, make sure you get on out and check out the basketball tournament.
Yeah, shout out to them,
If you
man.
can't check it out, check them out on ESPN. They're doing a lot of amazing things.
Good opportunities for a lot of people.
Great opportunities. You could get a big time opportunity just by being seen one time.
Yeah, we had Devontae Friga on for our last one. He's in the TBT. He said his buddy got a G League invite last year from just playing in that.
Just by playing
for
in
the
that.
Celtics.
One
Yeah.
game.
Oh,
You get one game in the TBT if you lose, right?
All you need is, you either lose or you win or go home.
Right.
If you lose, you're going home. You
Yeah.
feel me? Be like, that's.
Damn.
You want to talk about excitement, but it's been to the point where, and I love it. I get excited about it. I've been involved in TBT since 2017. I started with the Canton Bulldogs, and then I seen the opportunities as a player. I helped put that whole team together.
Right.
So why would I not go find out the role as a GM?
Right.
We found a way. We were able to get in with votes that year. You couldn't get in with popularity. You had to get in by votes.
Yeah.
And we were competing against the Ohio States, other alumni programs. But, we had a team behind us that believed.
Yeah.
And we got in and we did things professionally, with Mid-American Unity. And even in COVID, we were one of 24 teams to play in the COVID, in the bubble, Now, unfortunately, the night before the game, we had a positive test, so we didn't get to compete.
I remember that. When I read that, I'm like, man.
But, just to be there and be able to be that helping hand for the NBA for their bubble in Orlando, that was a great experience. Romeo Travis,
shout out Rome. Can't wait to get him
Cameron
on.
Joyce, they were in the bubble, so it was amazing. So I seen the opportunity and just continue to grow. I've never done anything about myself. It's always been about others, So when I put myself in, I looked at it as, well, if I know that I got elite guys around me and we can compete against anybody, we just need the right resources. Let's go on ahead and get in here and see what we can do. And it started as a dream, and 7 years later, I was able to have success and learn a lot of lessons. And then this year, I had to step away a little bit. I helped from afar with certain teams, but we got involved with charging, and my opportunity here with charging is more important right now for what we have going on in the future.
For the youth. For the youth.
Than where my goals are. We're trying to build it to where we one day can be talking about TBT and have charging a part of it. So
just think about that, Braxton.
That'd be awesome.
Man, whatever we can do.
We see your AAU team out there doing that, you know what I mean? We see that.
Just got back last night, 2 a.m.
That's what what's his name said.
We came in third.
Third? Okay, that's so
awesome.
good.
Yeah. So
where were you guys at?
Still good.
Tennessee, Clarksville.
Tennessee, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know that viral clip with the little kids.
Kid
That's
going like this.
the charging jersey. Like that's sick.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
sick. What is that like? Who coached that team? And
Just a friend of mine.
just a friend. Okay.
Actually, the kid that was doing the little whatever it's called, I don't know that dance with the little kid that was doing the little thing.
Gritty, I
the
think
Justin
it is.
Jefferson, whatever.
Yeah, Kaysen. Little Kaysen, his dad coaches, so he's a good guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He
that's
does
sick,
really
man.
well.
Yeah, that's sick.
That's what's up.
Yep, they're actually playing right now. Actually,
Uh,
yeah, they're playing
man,
in the championship right now.
Mike, you're talking about TBT, and you said you played the first couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Did you bust some ass?
Oh, you better believe it.
You bust some ass.
You better believe it.
A lot of people don't know this, man, but he is a bucket. He's got a great
better
story.
believe it.
We could talk about all that for 2 hours if we really wanted
we
to.
could,
I
but-
know you were talking about a thing about Steph Curry,
Yeah.
I forgot what you told me, but you said you stopped him a couple times, or actually you held him to a certain point, right?
Correct. So,
Got some water, chat.
Inside we got some water in a red and white cooler at the front desk. Yep.
Oh, perfect.
So a lot of
For sure.
people don't know.
It's hot.
My freshman year, I went to Western Carolina because I lost all of my scholarships in high school. So my senior year in high school, I was up in the air with whether I'm going football or basketball.
Right.
I didn't know at that time. Playing football at Massillon, a prestigious program. I was a basketball player, but my buddies played football, so I played football. My junior year, we went to the state championship. We lost to Cincinnati Xavier by a touchdown. So that following football season, coaches are coming to me. I got Ohio State, so I got Pittsburgh, I got Penn State, I got Illinois, I got the schools that my teammates are going to, and they want to know who is this diamond in the rough. Well, coach is telling them, he's going for basketball, like he's playing basketball. Soon it gets to the point where you start to take visits with these guys, and it's like, hey, I may think about doing football. Well, that ended my football senior year. Last scrimmage of the season, I broke my first rib. Was paralyzed for 2 weeks.
Dang.
Couldn't move.
Yeah. What position did you play?
I was playing outside linebacker at that time. Outside linebacker and receiver. They moved me from corner. See, I didn't like the run. I didn't like the run, B. I don't like conditioning,
Outside
fellas.
linebacker.
They moved me to outside linebacker junior year because I wanted to hit.
Yeah, right.
So I wanted to hit. I didn't want to be a DB. I don't want to run and do all of that.
Yeah, you want to hit.
That's for my guy Troy Ellis, rest in peace his soul, and
Rest in
Neil
peace.
James to do what they do. You know, they're the cornerbacks. I had to find a way to get on the field, and we were deep. My DBs are going to Big Ten.
Yeah, Massillon,
You know,
man. Like you
so
said, prestigious.
You got to find
There.
a way to get on the field.
There.
And our outside linebacker got hurt, so they brought me in as a dime back. We did the nickel package, and we ran it
Oh
up.
yeah, so you like T-Mac?
Yeah, we ran it up.
Honey
Ran,
badger.
ran it up. So
I got you.
broke my first rib. Had to sit out 15 weeks just to even have a chance to play basketball. They didn't know if I would come back. At that
15
time,
weeks.
all of my scholarships are gone.
Yeah.
Dang.
They're gone. Western Carolina stayed with me. Larry Hunter gave me an opportunity.
Love that,
At
man.
Western Carolina, and I went down there, and unfortunately, my great-grandmother passed away in the summer. I was battling some, like you said, we don't talk about our issue. I was battling some mental health at that time. I'm in the mountains. I'm away from family. I'm 18 years old. First time I'm away 9 hours. Everything is different, and basketball was what I loved, but I was missing something. I didn't have nobody to talk to.
For sure.
And, the first time we played Steph, thank you. I kept Steph 1 for 11 from 3.
1 for 11.
1 for 11 from
for
3.
11.
He had 17 points, I believe.
Can you do that
At
now?
a time when he was going for 40s. That's the year he was going for 40 balls, and knocking the Dukes and everybody off. So, anybody I stepped on court with, it's always love, but it's always that you're going to have to show me that you got it. I'm not going off of what anybody else is talking about.
Right.
We work out just like each other. We wake up, we eat, we do everything the same. Now, let's get it in. So, first time kept me 1 for 11. He had 17. We
1
lost
for
by
11
12,
now.
right?
That's a great story,
the
man.
second time he came in, coach wanted to go zone. He went for 42.
Yeah.
Who?
Steph.
So, I got stories with.
Yeah, I'm
What
sure,
was,
I'm
what was
sure
the
you guys
outcome?
did.
Did you win those games?
Oh,
or-
no, we ain't
No,
winning those
no.
games. We ain't winning those games that year. Davidson was.
Yeah, they're
Davidson
tough.
was.
Yeah, they went to
remember.
Elite Eight or some shit.
Yeah,
right?
the point guard went to Miami. The big boys went pro. They were good.
Yeah.
You hoop, Braxton?
Twice a week.
Twice a week? Yeah.
I did growing up. That was my first love. For some reason, man, football came so easy. Like basketball I had to work. Football, man, I just pick it up and I just go.
What type of player are you on the court?
Basketball,
Yeah.
pass first.
Pass first guy?
100%.
Yeah. Shooter? Slasher?
Now I'm a shooter.
Shooter?
At first, I was average. You know what I mean? Average. I can get up and down.
What about like right now though? Like what's your status at right now? Playing 2 times a week is actually a lot for a lot of people.
Man, I'm 65%
65?
on the court.
Yeah.
Good cardio. I'm trying to get back to the crib
Word.
in one piece.
That's most
Take
important.
my
at
Apple
this
Watch. You know what I'm saying? 3 miles in the books. I'm good to
For
go.
sure.
Right,
Have you
I ain't
played in
looking to
any
score.
leagues? Anything like that around here?
I played in the Birdliner, but I ain't.
What about the Kingdom?
Absolutely not.
No?
Absolutely not.
Why's that?
Because I ain't getting paid and I ain't about to be out there, man. They going 100%.
They are,
Yeah.
bro, yeah.
Man, I ain't.
We got a
man,
big game
I watch
against
from
them August
afar.
13th.
Yeah, I sponsor a team,
Yeah.
but I ain't.
I feel
It
it.
ain't me.
It's
There
some
you go,
pros.
Ty.
It's some pros in the
Yeah.
Kingdom, man. Shout out to Kingdom, man.
Shout out
Tyhan
to-
doing a
yeah.
lot of great things
Absolutely,
over there, man.
I'm 65, baby. I'm
Yeah.
65. How was your, you
65.
still hooping often?
I mean, if we, right situation, I can get out there. I choose. We get up and down sometimes. We're
Yeah.
gonna get up
Look
and
like
down
you're in
more
great
now.
shape.
Huh?
It look like you're in great shape.
No, don't
No?
let the
He still
looks
got it.
say.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
still can get to it, but
played
I
a few
also
weeks
know.
ago.
I also know my limits. I'm not gonna go barking up your tree. It's just, you got pros around, man. Everywhere you got
Everywhere,
pros around, and you got to respect these athletes in any sport.
For sure.
And if
Absolutely.
you're not taking
Ain't nobody
care of
out
your
there.
body or doing what they're doing on a day-to-day basis, and I know that as a pro, I'm not going to put myself out there to get hurt. Like
That's
Brax
respect,
said,
though.
number
That's
one is to
respect.
get home safe, man.
You got
Absolutely.
the P League going, right? He's got some
Hey, I got
Got
some
some
hoopers,
dogs.
man.
animals in there.
Got some
man.
dogs in there, man.
Yeah.
I got some
Crazy
dogs.
hoopers.
Yeah. I gotta
Um,
come check it out.
Come check it out, man. I'd love to have you, bro. We got,
For sure.
obviously you say you don't want to play with the pros,
No.
but I know I got some guys that would love to play with you. get on the court with you up and down.
For sure.
I could bring people to Columbus.
Yeah, like
we could set up like a
let's do
private
that.
run.
We could do
and,
that.
Like the
we could
celebrity
do
game,
we could do
charity
a
game,
charging
anything like
versus
that.
P-League charity game.
Yeah.
Back to school
I like
drive, celebrity game. I was telling Mike maybe we could do a celebrity game one day. Together. I
That's
love
for
throwing.
sure
I love throwing
65%.
celebrity games. Yeah,
I love that.
Those are 65%.
Yeah.
I love putting stuff together like
we'll
that.
bring
for
all the
kids,
content
man.
creators, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like, do you watch them at all? Like the
Who?
content creator, like the YouTubers right now. You watch that a little
I'm
bit?
around kids all day long.
Yeah.
I see it all.
Yeah, right.
I don't
you
got
see it all.
TikTok. I don't got Snapchat, but I be seeing everything. My son, his friends, teammates. I'm in the mix.
These kids love that, dude. These kids
Oh
love
yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about charging and like the leadership role that you have with them, and how serious do you take like leadership? Because you're saying that you looked up to your pops, you looked up to your brother. Now imagine all those kids at the park that you're hanging out with. Who was their role model, right? So now you want to be their role model. So what steps do you take to become the best role model and leader to them?
As of right now?
Yeah, now for your kids.
First and foremost, you want to present yourself as high quality, so the kids can see what they should be acting like on a day-to-day basis. The thing I really like most is all the kids can relate and they happy to be around. Some kids that never even play football coming to the camp today just because they just want to be around because they know I'm doing the right things for them. And it's just leading by example, put things in place where they can execute at a high level, chase their dreams, and be great, man. Because they look at me as somebody that they want to be like, and I present that to them every day.
Yeah.
So that's not common. You know what I mean?
That's not common, bro. I will tell you that it's not common for someone who is such a legend like you, man, to give back to people.
I appreciate that.
There's a few, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I definitely see it out there, but
Yeah.
people like I was talking to one of your coaches. I'm like, there's a difference between a camp and a camp that actually cares and actually does the development instead of looking at it as a money thing. I've seen camps with 500 kids, and there's coaches out there that don't even know what they're doing.
Oh yeah,
right?
for sure.
So
for sure.
I'm sure.
And
I'm
that's
sure
another reason why. Go back to when I created this. I was looking for something for my son to be involved with, but I couldn't find nothing that was high quality that I can understand, I can relate to. So I put him in something like that ain't right. That ain't got the right coaches. That ain't got the right structure. So that's when I started my AU program. Did that, then I started the football stuff. Then I'm like, well, I can't put him in no position to be great. I'm gonna make sure I do it for him.
Love that.
And that's when it starts
Love
spreading.
that, man. Love
How old
that.
is he?
10.
10.
Yep.
Sure.
Just one kid?
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you trying to have any more?
There you go.
Huh?
There you go. There you go. We on a Sunday talking about football.
Hey,
They told us
Hey, man.
He loves those questions.
I
He
love
loves
youth.
those questions.
I love the youth, man. I'm a big youth guy.
All right, guys, we're about to get into this mini fast break segment. It's common in every episode here on the Plus Minus podcast. We are looking for sponsors for this mini segment, so if you're interested, please slide in our DM. But fellas, I told Mike Braxton we're going to do a mini OSU football draft. It's going to be quarterback, running back, wide receiver, defensive player. We're just going to go back and forth.
Okay.
And, whoever comes to mind, if someone picks it, it's off the board.
Yeah. So I say we do this. We go your quarterback, my quarterback, Braxton's quarterback, Mike's quarterback, and then
You go quarterback all the way through.
Can I pick
come
myself?
back around.
You're like third, right? You're third, right? You're going first. I go second. You go third.
Do your thing.
I don't
we
think
can't pick the same people.
I don't think he can pick himself.
You gotta pick someone different.
pick someone different.
If someone picks it, it's off the board. All right. And then once we go around, Mike, you'll go twice in a row and come back.
Yeah,
this
we'll
way
just
with
keep
the
going
running
back.
Back. All right. So I'm on the clock. Quarterback. I'm about to go with Troy Smith.
Troy Smith. All right, my quarterback. Got my man right here, Braxton Miller.
Oh man.
Wow.
Sorry, man.
He was gonna be childish.
I'm sorry, man. Sorry, I'm a big fan.
All right.
You got to think about it now.
He said Troy.
Quarterback.
Bro.
No time limit though. You're all right.
No time limit. Let me see here, man. My style of play when I was receiver, probably have to go with Jay Fields.
Yeah,
For sure.
tough. That's tough.
You know what I mean? Combination of, you know what I mean? We can both
For sure.
figure it out.
I was
I think-
watching your other podcast with other guy. I forgot who it was, and you were saying you'd go up to Cardell and you tell him, bro, give me the ball. I'm hot.
Yeah, he's
I was
coach.
watching that, and that's actually,
Yeah.
dude, that's crazy that you did that because I would think like you couldn't do that. But
Oh, you
You
got
know
it.
what about
that's
Son
the-
here, man? You got Coach Meyer at the him.
right,
He's that guy. He wants you to play freely.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna keep mine
Justin
hometown.
Fields.
I'm gonna go hometown with my guys. So I say just because of as a kid what he did in high school, me looking up to him coming in Ohio State, I had to go hometown, Massillon, Ohio, Justin Zwick.
Word.
that's a good one. That's a good one. So you're going back running back.
Running back.
Come back
Running
this
back.
way. Yep.
I mean, I gotta go with Zeke, baby.
Zeke. That's probably the best one.
Yeah.
Carlos.
Okay.
See how
Legendary.
boy, that boy is a hound.
Word.
He is big tank, man.
I'm gonna go with Beanie Wells.
Fuck.
Mm.
F you.
Beanie Wells.
That was mine.
Gotta
Oh
go
man,
with the
no,
boomer
this-
boy.
I'm
I
about
was
to
a
run it back
huge-
though. You go ahead. I got one more too though, just to
We
go
can get that.
hometown.
huge fan
3-3-0.
in the pros. I have his jersey, everything. I had a poster on the wall. Eddie George.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go one more. I went Zeke because that's area you think it, but you know what I mean. We go hometown 3-3-0. I'm gonna try and stay 3-3-0 for every position. So I'm gonna go with Boone.
100%.
I'm gonna go with Boone.
Boone
Warren
Herring.
Harding,
So you can
you know
pick
what I
one.
mean?
That's
Okay.
a good one.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a good one.
That's my brother.
So
We had receiver now.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
receiver. Let's see. I'm gonna go Cleveland boy, man, Teddy Ginn.
Tough. Okay. I'm gonna go with my second favorite receiver all time, Chris Carter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Chris
Throwing
Carter.
it back there.
Yeah.
Mikey T, man.
Mike
All
T.
right, yeah, come on, man.
Mike T.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mikey
Okay.
T.
That's tough.
Just because the story that he had to go through and what he's at right now,
Mm.
what he's done.
For sure.
Mhm.
For sure.
you
How
know,
was it?
so
Just describe in a few words. How was it playing with him? Did you feed
I
off of
see
him well?
myself inside of him.
Yeah.
So we bounce off each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we both the same type of mentality when you step in between them lines.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you know what time it is when you strap that helmet up.
Mhm. I can
Sure.
see that too.
Man, that's a squad. Shit. That's
Stacked.
a squad.
Gotta take
We
this
gotta
ball.
go right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
But we
Go
gotta
ahead.
go with somebody from the past or like
Wide receiver.
any.
He had to go take a call.
Any?
I'm looking forward to seeing what Jaden Ballard got to do.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? From Massillon, Ohio. But if we go with another guy, I'm gonna go with Devin Smith.
Devin Smith.
I'm gonna go
Yep.
with Devin Smith.
He had a crazy connection with
Correct.
Braxton.
Yeah.
Freshman year, man,
Yep.
right away.
Yep.
Nice
So
stuff.
you
It's on me
come
now.
back this way.
Yeah.
Defense.
Defense.
Yeah, defense.
I could go with a couple, but I'm gonna go with Mike Doss.
He was on my list too.
Kent McKinley.
Yep.
3-3-0.
All right, I'll
Colts.
go. Marshawn Lattimore.
Okay.
Marshawn Lattimore.
Okay.
Shout out the gang.
I'm gonna go with
Glenville.
You all right?
Glenville.
Yeah, that is Glenville. Yep. I'm gonna go Super Bowl champion, lockdown, Malcolm Jenkins.
Ooh. Tough.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think Braxton would have took? Defense.
On defense,
I feel like he's either gonna come Bosa or like
I could see him
yeah,
picking
he could.
Bosa for sure.
Bosa or who's
I'd probably say
Denzel,
DB.
maybe? He was
I was
there
gonna
with
say
him?
DB.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who
One
else
of-
Very
was
one-
back
interested.
there?
I'm very interested on what he was gonna say.
Yeah.
One of the guys he played with, probably, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of
Um,
talent across the board, regardless. You can't go wrong, for real.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Before he comes back and everything, I was really interested overseas. I have buddies that played overseas, so
Mhm.
I'm really interested in like how it was because you're overseas. One, you're away from your family, your friends, and everything. You're working out there. How was it in Greece, and did you play anywhere else?
Yeah, Greece was beautiful, man. You know, you got a lot of history. You grow up in school. We're learning a lot of history. You know,
Yeah.
I took a lot of mythology courses. You know, I was obsessed with it once I started to learn about the Greek gods and
Mhm.
goddesses and everything. So being able to play there and travel to Saloniki and Athens and just be taking bus trips and going through mountains that are in movies that you look back at. You know, you got the Acropolis. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that was something that was really, really a dope experience. Being able to sit down
He's
and
back. He's back.
learn about Acropolis and everything.
Yeah, that's
and
wild.
the history in Greece. You know,
That's sick.
before I continue though, we got to get a defensive
Yeah,
player.
we gotta-
Yeah, we do need a
gotta get
defensive player.
Yeah, we got a defensive player,
Oh,
bro.
wow. All right. Let's
We
get
were
it.
trying to guess who you would pick.
Yeah.
We'll see if any of us got it right.
Yeah.
All right.
I went with Marshawn Lattimore, so I can't say.
Yeah,
it.
he's
It's a
Marshawn
good one.
Lattimore.
I went with Mike
Yeah.
Doss.
DB.
Any,
Yeah,
any,
DB.
any defense.
Mike Doss,
went
Marshawn
with Mike
Lattimore,
Doss.
and Malcolm Jenkins.
Got to think about that.
It's just too many options.
It's a lot. You know what I mean? It's kind of tough because I play a lot of
Yeah,
guys
it's tough.
that's raw.
hmm
But seen him personally, vividly, face to face, and the only person that can catch me in the field, Brian Shazier. The hardest hitting linebacker, the hardest hitting defensive player I ever seen in my life. The coldest.
By far the
coldest, man.
He was gonna be cold.
Yeah,
he is cold, but
he changed the game on how linebackers are nowadays around here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he set the standard high. So if you don't reach that pinnacle, man, it's like what we doing?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Ryan's a legend.
He would have been a future Hall of Famer for sure. I think he was. He ate, man. He was eating. OSU, Pittsburgh. That shit was.
Oh man, I ain't never seen a linebacker on a 4.3 in my life that can run as just as. Like damn, side by side though.
Yeah, and he seemed smart too. He was a leader on the field and everything.
For sure.
Sweet though, man.
Charge. We're gonna talk about.
But you guys want to make a big announcement here today with the charging brand. So go ahead, man.
Yeah, either you or Mike talk about the big announcement y'all want to announce on Monday.
Leave it to Brax. Brax, you got it, big dog.
So my thing is, I can only do so much. You know, I built the brand. I did everything possible to this point where. Now it's time to go find people that can take it to the next level in a position where I can't lead.
Right.
I'm just a visionary, the brand in the face, but some people are better in roles that you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to find that right core of people to take it to the next level where it's like a Nike brand, like an Under Armour, Puma, stuff like that. And been praying on it for the past 5-6 years. Still haven't came across my table. So I'm going to keep on pushing to that way where I'm going to lead on myself to make sure I keep doing the right things until I find that right person. And the grace of God, you know, things trickle down to a weird situation where we crossed paths, and it was unique, you know, in an essential way. And the person I was looking for was right in front of me at the time. I'm like, that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't bring it up at the time. And, you know, things transpired to where a situation was, you know, this is what the person was looking for. Anyways, you know what I mean, for opportunity to take something to the next level where it's prestige, and that's what we strive to be. You know what I mean? So, further ado, man, I found that guy and he's sitting right next to me. I heard great things about him. Did my research, asked a lot of people about who this guy is, what he's been doing, number of great things, and that's hard to come by.
Yeah, it is.
Because you know you got to surround yourself, got the same like-minded and the same vision, the same passion, and it's fun. And he got everything that crossed the board. So my man Mike is now the official GM of all the sports that's a part of Charging.
That's tough, man. That's tough. Congratulations, Mike.
Congratulations. He got the rings to do whatever he want to do to take it to the next level. And he got it, man. He's a guy that I've been looking for a long time. And
I'm looking for that guy too. I'm looking for him, man.
You know,
I need the right guy.
So it's hard. You know, it's hard. You know what I mean? So
it is hard.
It take a lot of stress off my table. A lot of things I've been working towards. Now he's like, man, I got this in the book, Brax. You ain't got to do nothing but sit back and watch the show.
That's
awesome,
amazing,
man.
bro.
Congrats to both of you guys, man. And we were talking right before. It's very hard in the business world to trust people, man. And when you come across them, it's a blessing.
Oh yeah, no question, man. It's a blessing. Everything works out for a reason, and I'm really spiritual, so I understand the process. You got to be patient to see them goals.
Yeah.
So that's what why we're here today.
Yeah, man. That's
awesome.
amazing, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mike, man, tell us a little bit about your blessing and where are you gonna take Charging?
5-year plan right now.
5-year plan. Give us that 5-year plan real quick.
You know, right now we gonna focus on the day and the moment. You know, we are here at camp today. So number one is making this experience the best for them. You know, first and foremost though, you know, what Brax was saying, it was reciprocated. So it went from both ways. You know, it wasn't just a one-sided thing. You know, it wasn't a situation that rushed or it was overnight. You know, it was well thought out. You know, and it was perfect timing. You know, people bump into your lives for crazy reasons. You know, now either you're gonna have good behind it or it's gonna be bad. It really ain't no in between. You know, it just takes time to figure out what it's gonna be. And once we realized that this was something that, you know, for the future is better for all parties, you know, we got excited. We started working early and got to work. And, you know, today, this will be our first camp together.
Tough.
We have our basketball camp coming up July 29th and 30th, actually right over there. at the shot.
Love that.
Right behind us.
We got
I love that. Yeah,
That'll be
prestige.
awesome for the
I didn't even
kids.
realize
Prestige,
that.
man.
They're
it's
gonna love that.
Gonna
I
be
didn't even realize
big,
that. That
man.
is tough.
Yeah, and you know,
That
but
is tough.
Brax does everything like you said.
I'm coming to help
on a
out,
top,
Braxton.
top scale, top tier level,
Mhm.
5-star professionalism. But it's a reflection of his career and where he is, and he gives that to his kids and to the youth as well. He wants them to have that same experience. We're pros out here, and if we show up every day, whether it's at kindergarten or if you're going to college, you attack the mindset as a pro, you're gonna be successful. So
Yeah.
we
Speaks
got
volumes,
basketball
speaks
camp.
volumes.
We got basketball camp coming up next,
Mhm.
July
Love that.
29th and 30th at
Multiple
the Shot.
sports. I love that, man.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
Working on soccer.
Yes.
Yep.
Currently working on soccer, and then over
Yep.
the next couple of years, we'll be adding more sports to the program. But everything we do with a vision. It's not going to be anything that we just throw out there just to do. You know, we're going to do it the right way. We're going to think about it. We're going to have a plan. We'll map it out. You know, we want the best experience for these kids, and at the end of the day, we want to separate ourselves from the other programs that are just taking money or are just doing all of these other things. We want to elevate. We want growth. You know,
I love that.
we want our kids to be able to continue to get better every single day, not just each season, every single day, from each workout to skills development to stepping on the fields, but more so off of the court and off of the fields as well. That's the most important, because if we aren't taking care of these kids and letting them know that it's all about the classrooms first and foremost to be able to get here, this doesn't matter. So, you know, we'll take everything that we have and we learned over our career, put it together. You know, and from what we see so far over the last couple of weeks, it's going to be a bright future. It's going to be a bright future.
Can't wait to see what you guys put together. It's awesome, man.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
just look around. Like, during this whole podcast, you see the crowd growing. One, two. I mean, they're just back there playing ball, man. They're all here.
They're here for the champ. He home, man. He home. They want to see him. They want to interact with him. You know, we're blessed to be able to get this. Y'all better watch that tent right there. We were blessed to get this. That's that point guard.
For sure,
You see that? That peripheral vision.
Yeah.
Plan. But blessed to be able to get this podcast at this moment, so y'all can see the vision, because you're here. It's easy for people to talk about it, but when you're actually here, you see it.
We see it,
but
man.
they're here because of him and what he's done. You know.
Yep.
And we got to announce that on here, so we feel very special about that. So thank you, bro.
That as well.
Yeah, no
Appreciate
problem.
that.
Thank you.
With your with your role being the GM and you being the owner, Braxton, talk about like life skills that you're trying to teach with your program, because when I went through high school, when I was going through class, like it wasn't really teaching me life skills, right? How important is it to make sure that you're tackling every type of life skill for these kids, rather than it just being a football camp? Like, are you going like further enough to teach them about life? Like, let's just say you have classes about podcasting, you have classes about being in front of the camera, because everything nowadays is about being in front of the camera. So the life goals with the kids, like I feel like that's very important for youth programs, because sports are sports, but sports translate to life, right?
Absolutely.
And they got to understand that having a team, it's going to translate growing up. You know what I mean? So just talk about that a little bit.
So being a father first, all these kids, I treat them like they all my sons. First and foremost. So the first things I always teach these kids is integrity. You always say what you're going to do and do what you're always going to say. You know what I'm saying? So that's first and foremost, man. And I just lead by example, and I keep instilling these guys every time that I run into them on a day-to-day basis, man. All these kids that I interact with, I train. That's part of the program. One thing about it is you can't take it for granted, and I instill to all these guys that what it took for me to get to this point is what I breathe into them, and it's a long list of things.
These kids are so blessed, bro,
to
be young right now and to have all the things that they have with camps. Because I know I didn't have that, and that's one regret I have, is like not going out and getting the proper training, and going out and doing this thing. So these kids are so blessed to have that, man.
Especially have a role model.
And have a role model like you, man. If I had a pro and a legend like you growing up, and I went to their camp, man, I'd probably be a way better player. You know what I mean?
And that's what the goal is, man.
For sure.
And I know one of these kids is gonna take it to the next level.
I was throwing some balls out there to some of these kids, man. They're not dropping nothing. They're hitting me with darts, like.
And that's one thing about it. When I get these coaches out here, all these coaches, this ain't no dads now. All these guys play professionalism. You know what I mean? At a high level, in high school, college, or pros. And that's one thing about it. We just don't come out here and just like we cool. I actually coach. So I'm itching to get off this podcast.
Right.
Because I love and I enjoy it. And I wake up and I breathe this every day.
For sure.
Because it came from a place from a hurt situation that if I never got hurt, this would never be happening right now. A lot of parents understand the passion I have behind this, and they appreciate everything that I do for the kids.
Yeah. And everything happens for a reason at the end of the day. I got it tatted on me, man. I live by that. Everything happens for a reason. You can't get mad. You can't hold things back.
Yeah.
That's life.
I know we were talking about your business and everything you're going on right now.
Yep.
So my brother and I were looking at film, right?
Yeah.
And we were saying, like, man, you know, he was so nasty, right? So this is a what if. If you were put in a position, a great position, like a great offensive position, and just a great, you know, coaching position for yourself, if you didn't get hurt, do you think you would have will have like a Jalen Hurts season, especially in the right environment and in the right team? Think you would have prospered?
Yeah, I had a whole mindset of anytime I walk in a room, I'm gonna be the best at everything I do.
I love that, man. It's a great mentality.
If I really didn't have the opportunity to be a quarterback at the high level, I'm gonna make sure they feel me though. Yeah. And they understand where I'm coming from. Because if Mike Vick can do it, all those guys that was in my shoes that did what I did at Ohio State and present myself as a, you know, running passing quarterback at the same time. I mean, anything I put my mind to, man, we're gonna make it happen. So I'm gonna definitely have the opportunity to be the same player in college to the NFL. I can adjust to anything. Yeah. To anything. You know what I mean? So it's all about adapting.
Man, those highlights I was watching, bro, that was crazy. You were a dog, man. You
turned to a different animal though, man. It's really it's not like a I don't know, it's kinda when I describe this, it's kinda when I walk, put these cleats on, I'm a total different. I'm not Braxton, the you know what I'm saying, business guy. Yeah, totally different dude. I'm like somebody that I don't, you know what I mean, like keep hands off. Like I don't want to be that person on the day. Like walk out there, I'm looking for blood. You know what I mean?
Sports brings the best out of people, bro.
It's a man eat man world in that situation. So I'm gonna be the best, and I'm gonna turn up. As you know, I don't want to be known as a stat guy. I want to be known as a highlight reel and understand that's what the legacy lead on. Like. I don't care how many touchdowns I score, but I want to make sure they feel that type of what it took for me to get to that end zone. That's what you're going to remember. You ain't going to remember like 5 touchdowns against Wisconsin, 5 touchdowns against Penn State. You're like, oh, man, I remember that play that you did. That went crazy. That's what snaps in my mind every time I step on that field. Get the fans what they want.
For sure. I mean, dude, you had what? 5,000, I think it was like 5,000 yards, and then like 3,000 rushing yards. It was
couldn't tell you.
Like close to 9,000 in like the 2 years that you played quarterback. That's crazy. I think 89 touchdowns it was, or you don't really care about your stats?
I can't even tell you, bro.
Yeah, you don't care about that, huh?
I go out there and play at 130 miles per hour %, and I don't miss. Yeah. When I come out there, I make sure I'm gonna leave my mark. And whoever's crossed the other sideline, they gonna figure it out. They got to figure it out.
For sure.
You can game plan all week long, but when you strap that thing on, it's gonna be totally different.
For sure.
That screen clicking ain't gonna be the same when you got them boots on.
Facts.
So
making that mark, man. My future father-in-law, he's a huge Ohio State fan. We talk about this, right? Yeah. And he was telling me, he was like, listen, man. He's like, that spin move was the greatest spin move I've ever seen in my life.
That's funny.
So. He wanted to know, like, what were you thinking when you hit that hole, knowing that you seen the defender coming? Was it more of a reaction thing, or was it more of a like, hey, I'm about to make this dude look silly and take this to the house?
One thing about it, man, that was light to compare.
That was light.
That was light compared. Honestly, the stuff that we do inside that spot right there, totally way crazier than what I did on national television. But I'm super blessed and thankful that all you guys seen that. Yeah. But like, if you go back to the film and what we do in practice, we do that all day long.
All the time.
I was capable. This is like, oh, this is perfect.
So you knew it though. Yeah, you knew it. You're like, man, I've done this 100 times to my guys at practice.
But the stuff we do in practice is unbelievable, man. But you don't get those type of reps inside the game because you only get so many reps. You only get the ball so many times. In practice, we got 2.5 hour long practice, and you touch the ball 30 times. We do that 10 out of 30 touches.
Yeah, dude, that's
you stamp people's memories forever, bro.
Man, that's what we're here to do, man. We put people in their minds, and that's how you leave that mark and that legacy. And I ain't out here just to be our stat guy. Like I said, I'm out here trying to win games and remember as a highlight reel.
Yep.
You're a legend, bro.
Because, when I was young, that's all you see.
Yeah.
ESPN.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'm going to be that person. That's crazy. The power of the mind, man. You actually, all that stuff do really come true.
Yeah.
Sure. Part of your legacy, man.
Yeah, and I always wanted to be top 10 all the time.
Yep.
All the
You're a
time.
Ohio legend, bro. You're up there.
But,
I'll leave that
we're
to
gonna
the
wrap
people.
it up here, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Braxton, Mike.
Shout out, man.
Mike, thank you for putting this together. Thank
Mike,
you for,
thank
you for
appreciate
being here,
meeting you,
fellas.
both you guys, man.
For sure.
Yeah, I wish we had a little bit more time to speak
Round
with you.
two, coming soon.
Yeah. Round
Yeah,
two,
we'll
you
be
heard
good.
that. You heard that,
Yeah.
because then we can go a little bit deep about your love for the game.
Playing
Because I
games,
think
yeah,
people
yeah.
want to see, actually
Yeah.
hear that, because there's a difference between playing the game
Yeah.
and loving the game and playing it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
These guys say that all the time.
Unreal.
He plays, but he doesn't love the game.
Who?
Like league guys, like NBA, NFL, they're like, yeah, this guy doesn't even care. He's just here to collect the check, and that's it.
Mhm.
There's
No
a difference
question.
between loving it
Yeah.
and just playing it. So
Yeah.
For sure. Shout out to everyone that
Yeah.
pulled up
Shout
today.
out the
Everyone
gang,
behind
man.
the camera. This wouldn't be happening without you guys.
This
Shout out
is
to all you guys
legendary,
back
man,
there.
legendary.
Appreciate y'all.
God bless. God
All the
bless.
kids
love.
here, man. They're all blessed. Mike, Braxton, thank you guys.
Yeah.
We're out of here. Plus minus episode 4. Let's go.
Let's ride.
Ohio, we here, baby.